some yoga to help stretch and strengthen our wrists, because we use those a lot, especially in yoga, and a lot of times they don't get as much love. So let's give our wrists some love today. And with that comes some core workouts, so we're going to have a little bit of that too. So let's get started here. Let's come to a seat. If you have a pillow or blanket, you can sit your hips up on that just to have a little bit of comfortable seat here, because we're going to be sitting for a little bit. So let's come to a seat in the center of our mat and close our eyes, and let's start to deepen our breath and start to focus in. Sitting back onto our sits bones, really sitting in to ourselves today. Deepening our breath, centering our mind. Let's take one last big breath here, in through our nose. And exhale, opening our eyes and inhaling our arms up to the sky and bringing them down in front of us here, prayer position. Inhale, let's clasp our fingers, bringing our arms together and start rolling our wrists. One way, starting to loosen up those muscles in our forearms, our wrists, and switching directions here. All right, let's inhale, pressing our palms forward and up, giving a little stretch in our shoulders as well, rolling them down and back, pressing our palms to the sky, and releasing those down, inhaling them back together, bringing now our wrists together at the palm, the base of our palm, and rotating our hands to the front. Just a fun little move. Maybe feeling some pops in our wrists. And reversing, kind of a cool dance move here. All right, let's inhale. Our arms back up, clasping our hands again, stretching them forward, and palms up to the sky, rolling our shoulders down and back. Let's inhale to the right, keeping that left hip grounded. Inhale back to the center and to the left now, keeping the left or right hip grounded. Inhale back to center and release here. Let's take our right palm, the palm facing the front, and grabbing our fingers with our left hand and just stretching that. It's going to give a nice stretch here to the front of the back front of our arm, into our elbow crease. Not pulling too hard, but enough where you can feel a good stretch. Inhale, switching arms. All right, and let's now pull the front of the palm forward and our fingers back towards us. Now getting a nice stretch into this part of our arm. Inhale, release, switching to the left. And release. Let's roll our shoulders down and back just to loosen those up. And reverse the circle here. Let's inhale those arms up, down to center, and crossing now our right arm in front of the left, rolling those shoulders down and pulling it across our body. In this, let's rotate our wrists. Just to stretch both at once, get a nice shoulder stretch and wrist. Switching the circle of our wrists. And release, bringing that left arm in front and rotating that wrist. Remembering to rotate that left shoulder down away from our ear. And reversing the circle. Alright, let's do some seated cat-cows here. So bringing our palms to our knees and stretching our chest forward, giving a nice arch in our back and opening our chest here, pulling at our knees, and then let's push back, arching our back the opposite direction and bringing our chin to chest. And breathing through that, finding your own pace, finding what feels good here. Really enjoying the seated cat-cow. Finding a spot that feels really good. Maybe it's in cat and you're stretching out your shoulders. You can pull against your knees to get a deeper stretch into our shoulder blades. Dropping your chin. And whenever you've done your last cat, let's meet in neutral spine. Taking your time here. And inhale, let's rotate our hips just a little bit. So bringing our chest forward and through and around, arching our back. Whenever you finish this last circle, let's switch. Rotating the opposite direction. Really slowing down and feeling those muscles where we need it. Alright, after our last circle here, meeting back in neutral spine, let's inhale those arms up, grasping our elbows, creating a window here, a little back bend. Inhale, exhale, let's twist to the right, bringing our left hand to our right knee and looking back at our right shoulder, really extending through the spine. Inhale, exhale, bringing our arms back up, creating that window, stretching through our shoulders and our chest. Inhale, exhale, twisting to the opposite side. Right hand to left knee, looking back, extending through the spine, feeling that nice twist. Inhale and exhale, release. Let's dive forward now to our hands and knees, tabletop position. Coming to now a cat-cow in our tabletop. So pressing brightly through our fingers, feeling our wrists here. And let's drop our belly, looking up, making sure not to crunch in the back of our neck. Inhale, exhale, pressing back to cat, arching our spine, really pressing through our fingertips here. Being careful on our wrists and our shoulders, but being aware of our wrists today. How are we on them? Are our shoulders above our wrists? Are they back or forward? We're trying to make sure they are right on top of our wrists. And again, spreading the four corners of our hands so we can really feel that. And taking a couple more cat-cows wherever you are. Inhale. And meeting in neutral spine. Let's start rotating on our wrists. So coming to the left, circling to the front, rotating back just to wake those wrists up again, getting a nice stretch before we move to our strengthening. Rotating, find some fun here, smile. It's not all serious. All right, let's switch directions. Really feeling the four corners of our hands moving through that and feeling the strength of our wrists and how much we actually use them in yoga. One more breath here. Now let's flip our palms so our fingers are facing towards our knees, and let's rock back and forth. Again, getting a little bit of a deeper stretch here, so take it easy on yourself. And starting that rotation again and feeling the difference of this rotation versus the other one. So enjoying that, being nice to yourself, switching circle, rotation here, remembering to breathe. All right, when we meet back here in neutral, now let's flip our hand so our palm, the top of our hand, is down. Now this is a little bit more intense, so you can come off of your hands a little bit and a little bit back on your knees if that feels better. If not, leaning on those and again, starting to rotate. This is gonna feel a lot different, but it's stretching into the front part of the arm and a different part of our wrist. But being nice here, being careful. Listen to your own body. And when you're ready, switch circle here. All right, one more circle and return palms back to normal. Let's sit up on our feet just a minute and shake our wrists out. Putting them out in front of us. And let's just flip them back and forth, just loosening them up. Rotating them one way and the other. Another little shake, and here we go. Let's press brightly again through our hands and start to shift onto our fingers here and pressing back to downward dog. First dog of the day, so you can walk that out. Oh, be aware of your legs, but right now, also just remembering to press brightly through our hands. Feeling where our wrists are right here. If there's a little bit of pain, clawing down through the fingertips to release some of that tension. Come to stillness when you're ready. Pressing back, shining the chest towards the feet. Inhale, and let's shift forward here to plank. Here we are. Starting to work into that core and also our wrists. How are those connected? Remembering having a little bit of a tuck in our tummy, pressing back through our heels, and if you want a little bit more core, acting as if we're going to pull the wrists towards the toes. So engaging here. Let's have one more breath. And let's shift back to downward dog. Again, continuing to walk out your dog. Here we are, finding stillness. And let's shift back to plank again, having a slight tuck. Remember to breathe and pulling those wrists back towards those feet. Inhale, exhale, and let's shift back to downward dog again. Feeling the engagement now. Pressing again brightly through the hands. We don't want to lose that connection. Inhale. Again, if you want to find stillness here, or if you want to walk your dog, whatever feels good. One more breath, and let's shift back forward, holding here again, pulling the wrists towards the feet. Inhale, exhale, Remembering the breath helps us through hard situations. One more breath. Let's shift forward and lower all the way down and through to cobra. Stretching that belly, pressing brightly through our wrists and our fingers, clawing down through those. Let's inhale, roll those shoulders down, and let's look back at our right toes. Give our ankle a little twirl. Inhale back through, over to the left. Give that ankle a little twirl. And back through here. Let's release all the way down, tucking our toes, finding our hands right by our middle rib. Engage and pressing back through plank. Here we are. And then back to downward dog. Let's inhale the right leg up and squeezing that knee to nose. Let's touch our right elbow and back up. Inhale, knee to nose. Touch your right elbow. Back up. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Right, one more time. Inhale, center, right, back up, and let's release. Here we are, finding our downward dog, finding stillness. Again, pressing through our wrists, our fingertips. Let's shift forward to plank. Holding here. And exhale back to downward dog, lifting our left foot now. And exhale, center, then to the left elbow. Back up. Shift forward, center, and then left elbow. Back up. Two more times, center, left elbow. Back up. And here we go, center, left elbow. Back up. Releasing. Here in downward dog, let's shift forward to plank and all the way down and through. Inhale, rolling your shoulders down and back. All right, let's inhale, spreading our knees wide here, taking a second break into child's pose. Breathe. Your arms were where your core was working. Let's stretch through our fingertips and bending at the elbow. Bringing the hands in prayer position behind our head. Finding your breath, finding your center here. Inhale, exhale. Let's release our hands, flipping our palms to the sky, getting a little bit more of a stretch in our shoulders, our triceps. And here we are. Let's inhale back up to tabletop. Again, finding our hands flat onto the mat. Pressing down through our fingers. Here we are. Now, let's shift onto our toes, tucking our toes, and lifting back to downward dog. Pressing through our fingertips, rolling those shoulders down, pressing down through the heels. And let's inhale that right leg up. Here we go. Let's shift forward, coming right to the right elbow, left elbow, and back up. Inhale, right, left, back up, and right, left. Back up 2 more times. Right, left, back up. And here we go. Right, left, back up. Releasing that right foot down. Let's shift through to a plank and all the way down. Chaturanga. Coming through. Cobra, take a breath. Smile. Pressing down through our fingers, clawing through our fingers. 1 more breath. And releasing back to plank. And then downward dog. Let's inhale, left foot up. And here we go. Left knee, or left elbow, right elbow, back up. Left elbow, right elbow, back up. Remembering to breathe, left elbow, right elbow, back up. 2 more times. Left elbow, right elbow, back up. And left elbow, right elbow, back up. Releasing your left foot, shifting forward to plank and chaturanga. Coming through. Let's inhale, back up again to our knees here. And coming to, again, a wide-legged child's pose. Breathing here. Stretching through your arms. Release. All right. Let's inhale all the way back up, walking our hands back to meet our knees. Coming to one side or the other. And bringing our legs in front of us here today. Let's remove our glutes from underneath us. Sitting straight up. Inhaling our arms up. Staff pose. Dandasana. Inhale. Exhale, releasing forward. Coming to our shins, our ankles, our toes. Where we are, wherever you are. Inhale, extend your spine, look out in front of your feet, and release over. All right. Let's inhale, lift ourselves back up, bringing our arms over our head, creating that window again. And just holding here, engaging through our feet, making sure we're rolling down, our shoulders down and back, but creating that window for our head. Opening up our lungs, remembering to breathe, engaging our core. This is a really good core exercise and strengthening for our back, which is really important for core as well. This is a very small movements, but really engaging the core right here will help you with that strength. 1 more breath. And let's release our arms. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down. Again, engaging that core, these little moments that help strengthen our body. 1 at a time here. And let's release all the way down. Squeezing our shoulder blades together. And let's release. Let's bring our feet in towards our glutes here. And here we go. We are going to squeeze the right knee in and extend that left foot out, hovering above. If you want, you can leave it on the floor, but a little bit more of a core strength here. Keep your left leg hovering. Squeeze that right knee in and switch. Switch. And if you want a little bit more, continue to switch, but let's bring our shoulders off the ground. So upper back and shoulder blades are above the ground, and so are our feet. So we're creating more strengthening here, continuing to switch, remembering to breathe, feeling that burn, hopefully. Continuing to reach towards our feet, switching, remembering to breathe. One more, and release. Hugging our knees into our chest, rocking our back. Inhale, releasing your knees. And here we go. Let's lift both legs up, flexing at your toes. Holding here, feeling that strength in just this pose. And we really want to make sure our lower back is flush against the floor. If you need to, you can bring your hands underneath your glutes or your butt muscles. And let's start lowering down, hovering until you feel your back lift. We want to keep that flush and lift back up. And continuing to do this, remembering to breathe. Two more. And release. All the way down. Bending our knees into our chest one last time. Giving our back a good rock. Rocking our knees until they fall to one side or the other. Stretching our arms out just for one last twist to cool down our body. Inhale, exhale, release. Okay, let's inhale those knees back up and switching sides, keeping our arms in a T. Inhale, exhale, releasing everything we did and letting our body enjoy the cool down. All right, let's inhale our knees back up. One last squeeze, nose to knees. And let's release our legs. Letting our feet fall out away from our mat, squeezing our shoulder blades in. And release. Inhaling. Exhaling. Staying here as long as you need. 3 to 5 minutes is the best time to really let your practice sink into your body and your muscles. Understand what we did. Take one more big breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Thank you so much for joining me today on our quick practice for our wrists and our core. I am Yoga Birch. Namaste.